When we hear about the upper room in the Bible, it's easy to picture just any upstairs room. But this specific place holds a much deeper significance in Christian history, serving as the backdrop for some of its most pivotal moments. Architecturally, these upper rooms were the largest spaces in a house, making them ideal for gatherings. This is where Jesus held the Last Supper with his disciples, instituting a new covenant. It's also where the early followers, about 120 of them, gathered to pray after Jesus ascended to heaven. This setting was also the scene for what is known as the Upper Room Discourse, a profound teaching from Jesus on the very night he was betrayed. Let's start with the physical space itself. In ancient Israelite architecture, the upper rooms were often larger than the rooms on the ground floor. This was a practical design choice because the lower walls had to be thicker and sectioned off to support the weight of the floor above. Consequently, the upper level provided a large open space, perfect for accommodating bigger groups, which is why it was chosen for these key events. First, and most famously, the upper room was the site of the Last Supper. The arrangement was made in secret. Jesus instructed his disciples to find a man carrying a pitcher of water, a task usually done by women, who would lead them to a large, furnished room. Some scholars believe this home belonged to the father of John Mark. During this Passover meal, Jesus instituted what is now known as the Lord's Supper. It's significant that he used the third cup, the cup of blessing, but intentionally did not finish the meal with the traditional fourth cup. He said he would not drink it again until the kingdom of God comes. Second, after Jesus' ascension into heaven, this upper room became a focal point for his followers. Acts chapter 1 tells us that about 120 disciples, including the apostles and Mary, the mother of Jesus, gathered there continually in prayer. It's worth noting that this is the last time Mary is mentioned in the book of Acts, and she is described as praying with them, not being prayed to. Finally, the upper room is associated with one of the most important teachings in the New Testament, the Upper Room Discourse. The provided materials call this the seed plot of all grace teaching. In these chapters from the Gospel of John, Jesus washes his disciples' feet and speaks at length about their new relationship with God and with each other in light of his impending death and resurrection. The theological weight of these events is immense. The idea that the Passover meal was deliberately left unfinished is a powerful symbol, pointing toward a future fulfillment at what is called the marriage supper of the Lamb in Revelation. The upper room wasn't just a location. It was the stage where the old covenant transitioned to the new. It was a space of intimate teaching, of covenant making, and of foundational community for the early church, reminding us that transformative moments can happen in the quiet, unassuming spaces where people gather.